Okay, here's something we've been working on for bow hunters. We're gonna raise this strap up to about shoulder height, roughly. That's about right. So then we're gonna step out from the machine. So what we're gonna do is get the anterior side of his shoulder first here. So he's gonna press this band straight out. Make sure it's challenging, but not so heavy where you can't hold your arm out straight. Bicep, shoulder, and chest is engaged. He's gonna flex his glutes and his core. He's gonna raise his dumbbell up here at a 45-degree angle. So we're not gonna come out straight, just a bit of an angle, right from your hip pocket. He's gonna go to 15. Engaging your core the whole time. You should feel this right here in your abs. It's gonna really help to steady that bow up when you have to hold that here for a long time. Absolutely incredible exercise for bow hunters. We'd like to use a band if we can get away with it. If we do not have a band, a handle will work just as well. But we do like having the band because we get that shake going. There's all that flex in the band that will kind of helps for the stability part of it. Then he'll switch sides to keep your hips square. It'd be really easy to kick a hip over to one side or the other. So yeah, just like that. We don't want to see that. Nice and square. Again, make sure the weight's heavy enough to be challenging for your core. But if it's too challenging and pulling your arm way over here, then we don't want to see that either. Good. Good. Now we're going to do the rear delts. So this is going to be a lot lighter. It's a lot smaller muscle group that we're working with here. So we were at 17, and we're going to go all the way down to 2.5. You probably could even handle 7.5. We'll try that first. Okay. Now we're going to place the band on the back side of your palm. He's going to face the machine. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this steady for right now. We're going to get this arm out. He's going to do 10 rear delt flies. Change it just a little bit. So he's going to go to 10. On the 10th one, he's going to hold and then repeat that shoulder exercise. Good. Now he's going to hold, and he's going to go back to 15 reps. So you go 10 rear delt flies, and then 15 shoulder raises again. And what we're looking for, guys, is right here. It's your posterior delt. It's going to get your rotator cuff. Good. And we'll switch sides. Try to keep the shoulders down a little bit. Good. Your hand should be shoulder height or slightly below. We don't want it above your shoulder. Good. Now you really feel this rear delt kick in. I like it slightly lower than my shoulder. Good. Good. Finish off with 10 reps. So one thing I like about this exercise is when we're holding it out, you know, it's not the same as a bow, but what it's going to do is strengthen all the stabilizers around your shoulder to help you hold this bow out here. Because it's going to work anterior delt, chest, and your bicep, forearms, and definitely your core. So while we're drawing that bow back, and if we have to hold it for a minute, we're going to be very strong, and all of our stabilizers will be strong to hold that bow in place for a long period of time. Because this is key, this is a static exercise, so it's going to really copy holding that bow out for a long time. Yeah, and then with that other one, with the reverse delt, a big part is we do so many rows. The middle of our back is very strong, but our posterior delt and our rotator cuff is not. So this is going to help combine with the strength of our rows, and this together is going to really help. And this is going to be for drawing this bow back, which you can feel there. Once you guys first try this one, you can really feel this rear delt kick in. Feel that? Yeah, and you like it. I like it definitely hand a little bit lower than the shoulder. You feel the difference? Yeah, versus here we're gonna get too much trap. His trap is immediately engaged. Where we draw this down a little bit, then it's all in his post delt. And then again, with the shoulder raise that we're getting on with the dumbbell, it's gonna help our front delt hold that bow up. So we got anterior and posterior going at the same time. That's why I think that's a good exercise for bow hunters. Yeah, just like you do, the vibration out of the band. And if you don't get your hands on these, just use a strap, normal strap, like this, if you don't have bands. It does work quite well. You just don't get that effect that you do with the bands, but still good.